Now, when we are younger, our body repairs itself, or heals itself a lot more efficiently than it does as we're getting older. Various studies suggest, or it's indicative, around about the age of 27 is when we seem to start doing less exercise, and if you wish, the foods that we eat begins to take its toll. Our lifestyle changes. Some people are fortunate, whereas they don't change their lifestyle and they carry on doing what they're doing and remain healthy. Now, I mentioned the foods, and I don't wish to insult people's intelligence, but the term food is medicine, or food should be medicine. It's quite a truthful saying. At the same time, it has the opposite effect, doesn't it? I say, as we get older, it takes its toll. And not just the foods, but we have the drinks that we have. Now, some of the worst foods what we have, I will mention, which I know they have a common product what they produce within the body, which leads to excessive fibrin. Now, fibrin, if you wish, is a sticky stuff what heals scabs. Fibrin is something that we need to heal. But by having these excessive wrongful foods, it creates the fibrin, which is so strong that the areas that need to be addressed are already covered in that, and our natural healing process can't take place because the fibrin being produced to go to that particular area is covered. It's like having a fish caught in a net, or the net's protecting all that fish. You can't get to it. Some of the worst foods on the list, and it's not an exhaustive list, it's probably the most frequent ones what we abuse ourselves with. Frozen meals containing, say, high sodium, totally unhealthy. Polyunsaturated cooking oils, try using the virgin extra oils. And an alarming one, pops. I think from a children's figure that I saw, a children's stats, up until recent restrictions on sugar, 40% of all sugar what was going in a child's body is pop. I think it's like 35 grams of sugar when it was in some of the more famous types of drinks. So sugar, big no-no. Pop, big no-no. White rice, another issue. Try and stay away from the white rice. Pretzels, not a lover of that, but I'm a lover of most of the other bad things. Pretzels, and then going on to bakery. And whilst we're talking bakery, that's the muffins what you buy from like chopped chips, or all the sweet bakery stuff, or even one of the worst on the top 5 list of things not to have is white bread. The amount of fibre in what is produced of white bread, and it's no good for you. Try and replace with that of seeded bread, something a little bit more healthier. Margarine, been slammed for years, but people still use margarine for a lot of things. One of my favourites, sausage. I live in sausage land, Berlin. I tend to leave the currywurst alone, but I am a bit of a sausage freak, and all sorts of herbs in the sausages and that. But again, processed food, not good. ice cream. Who doesn't like ice cream? And again, perhaps we're conditioned from being, from being a child. Everybody likes ice cream, but on the whole, ice cream, big no-no. Lots of fruit juices, which high in the sugars again. Yeah, be careful what it is that you drink. Use a blender. Use natural fruit. And try and stay away from from fruit covered in syrups. Absolutely no good. There's modern technology these days, but if you don't want to blend it, then eat it, munch it. Yeah. Stay away from all the things with high sugar content. Milk is not good, in particular the full fat milk. For a lot of the smoothies or other drinks that you wish to make, replace that with things like coconut milk. Yeah, there's several samples out there now. It doesn't have to be the full fat. And worst case scenario, use skimmed, semi-skimmed. But I would rather suggest to people to use the other types of milk. Fried foods, French fries, obviously no, because it's what it's cooked in and half the time what the products are. Just totally unhealthy. Candy. Who doesn't like candy? Chocolate, sweets, Probably one or two people might say, yeah, that's me, yeah. I have read, however, this is only a suggestion, and they do recommend that you can have perhaps, if you think about, and as an example, a Bournville bar, dark chocolate, but a maximum of 2 pieces a day. Yeah? And we can all go to town on sweets and candy, but when it's coming to pain and you're fighting it, it's not worth it. Not worth it at all. White flour, and going on from white flour pizzas. Yeah, same thing there. They heavily contribute to the fibrin. Thinking of one of the other worst ones I've come across in research is pasta. Yeah, try and go for the grained pasta. Yeah, normal pasta is a heavy producer again of fibrin. It's not all doom and gloom. There are some good products that we can aim for, and we'll go through them now. And it's a different choice, and a lot of these we will like, and some of the reasons we aim for the bad stuff is because A, the way we're brought up, B, we go into this lifestyle, whereas it's time consuming, we got kids, we got this, that, or laziness. And let's be honest, I'm honest with myself, the number of times I have known better and I've got on diets, and once upon a time, perhaps about 9 years ago, people who was working with me, I remember I lost something like 13.5 stone. I used to struggle making it to the front gate and getting taxis all over the show. And then I started to do things a wee bit different, building up until, I was walking quarter of a mile, a half a mile. And before you knew it, I was doing 6 miles each way to work. The weight dropped off, I was eating healthy, but you know what I did? I treated it as a constant diet and not a change of lifestyle. And I ended up putting myself in hospital and aggravating, what was it called? A gallbladder. Never heard of it at all until that day. So one's got to be careful in one's mindset, in that a lot of these things I'm going to suggest to you are a change of life. Yeah, not a diet. Yeah, and even if it's slowly catch a monkey, and you don't go along with everything, then at least try and cut back on some of the bad things, ideally all of them, you know, and if you get it half right, then you're 50% of the way there. Let's alleviate that pain. We don't need to be in the pain what it is that we're in. Now, I will refer to a list of the good stuff. I'm going to go on and chat about some foods first, before I go on to the herbs, because there's some tremendous herbs out there. One of the leaders, and with plenty of omega-3, the fatty fish, yeah, and not a lot of these products or foods I'm going to mention, it's not just for inflammation. These are ones all relevant to inflammation, but you get the many benefits in many other ways. So, things like salmon, trout, mackerel. We don't always have to go for the most expensive. Yeah, I love salmon. You know, however, I couldn't afford that every day. You know, some tin fish with plenty of omega-3. Sardines, I should have said. Another real inflammatory battler, broccoli. Yeah, it's on one of the top 5 for fighting inflammation. Yeah, broccoli's abundant, easy to get hold of. Walnuts are good for inflammation. Yeah, nothing wrong in adding certain nuts, not the pub nuts, you know, the roasted ones coated in this and coated in that. Berries. Blueberries is a very healthy product, but berries in general. Spinach, you know, thinking of Popeye and some of the old wives' tales. There's a lot to be said about old wives' tales, but spinach is very healthy. Grapes, another one for fighting inflammation. Again, one's got to watch it perhaps in having too many with the sugar content, but there's nothing wrong in having a few grapes every day. Olive oil, yeah, use your olive oil for cooking rather than the other oils which are just damaging, you know, our systems. Cherries and cherry juice. Excuse me. Cherries and cherry juice, another inflammation battler. And what I will say to people is, try to get the right mindset, yeah? And helping to get the right mindset is by eating some of the medicines, what I've just suggested, in that, for example, at night, rather than having, try and not have a coffee, as a suggestion, maybe after 6 o'clock, leave the coffee alone, leave tea alone. Have a ginger and lemon. Now I try for 3 or 4 cups of ginger and lemon each day. Ginger, I'll go into it a little bit more separately, but ginger will give you or help you with a calming night's sleep. Lots of other benefits, such as fighting various sicknesses, but try and have something which will aid you or help you to get a better night's sleep. In that, in the morning, there's nothing more better than being refreshed, yeah? Maybe a drink called golden milk, which is made with turmeric, yeah? And I've done quite a lot of reading on turmeric, but with a drink, some turmeric with, say, coconut milk, and try and have the milk or the drink where it's not hot as such, right? Have a warm drink with some turmeric. I'll probably create a separate video on how to do the golden milk, because you also mix it with honey. Ideally organic honey or the Manuka honey. And the reason I say a warm drink and not hot drink is if it's too hot, it will kill the enzymes and the other good things that the insects have made for us, you know, which fight our infections and inflammation. But if you have it too hot, it will destroy 90% of all its goodness. And indeed, yes, it's more expensive, but there's plenty of local producers, and Manuka honey being the market leader because of the plant that it's made from, the Manuka plant where they pollinate all the busy bees, and I think it's only made in New Zealand, but the heat will destroy all those goodies. And indeed, there's an interesting program on Netflix regarding honey, how the majority of it in the world is diluted with other such stuff, and really a lot of the squeezing honeys, the supermarket honeys what you're getting, is purely a watered down version as such. The only thing I will say about the squeezy honey and cheap honeys is that they carry about half the calories of a spoonful of sugar. So yes, you'll get it to save in calories if you use honey instead of sugar. And the idea is when you make the turmeric milk, you make it with the turmeric, the say coconut milk as an example, and you put some black pepper in, because of the turmeric, when it's absorbed into the system, and it's probably one of the top 2 best inflammatory fighters, it has a problem being absorbed into the body. It's rather slow. So people add black pepper, or it's recommended to add black pepper, and indeed part of the pepper is it's called something like piperine, what's in there. Now a lot of people will leave the black pepper aside and they just mix in pure piperine, which will aid the absorbency, it is said, by up to 2,000%. Black pepper on its own will buy up to 10%. So there are even some companies who make the turmeric with piperine, yeah, so it's an all-in-one. Again, you do pay for it. So again, we will have another look at that in a separate video. And all I want to say to people is that, you know, there will be other videos with various health drinks in it regarding the inflammation, but if we go on very quickly regarding the turmeric and the gingers, the herbs are out there, they're easy to get hold of. Another drink, ginger and lemon, yeah, perhaps an inch of ginger, you boil your water, make sure you wash the ginger after you say take an inch of it off the root, wash it because the shelf products are covered in stuff to make the herbs and fruit last, and there's various insecticides. Even with the lemon, get the water boiling, chop your ginger off or grate your ginger if it is that's how you want it. Slice half a lemon, and again wash the lemon first. Turn it down to something of a simmering for 3 to 5 minutes. So your ginger's in there, your lemon's in there. Pour that out and try having ginger drinks to replace your other drinks for a week, and you will notice the benefits. Yeah. Cayenne is another one. Yeah. It's another fighter for anti-inflammatories. So there's plenty out there. We will go into them separately. I would hope that as this has been or created awareness, got the old grey matter ticking, please, if you like the video, and they will get better, they won't all be done from the bedroom. We're in partial lockdown at the moment in Berlin. I've got the kids at home running riot, so I've had to shut the door and do a couple of edits in between because the cats keep wanting to come in and out. But if you do like the video, and there will be more on the way, please hit the like button and hit subscribe so that you will be contacted when another video is produced. Okay, I bid you all a goodbye, and I hope things are getting better where you live. Okay, bye.